Verse 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High. They will none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of...
Huh?
Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
That's right, brother. You supposed to be here with us, teaching this truth, huh?
I gotta go.
All right. Go ahead.
Therefore shall they... Salakia. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the
prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Verse 33.
But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall...
But whoso hearkeneth unto the Most High, go ahead. What you mean stop quoting the Bible? Why?
Because that was a tool created by white men.
We just said that. Hold on. Why do you say? Now I just brought this out. Why was it in slavery that the so-called white man didn't allow us to read in slavery, right?
They couldn't learn about nothing.
You got what if you got called
The white man
reading?
came for us. The white man came for us.
That's right. The white man came from us, but that's deep. That's deep knowledge.
Actually, it was the European Jews.
They're not the real Jews.
They're not the real Jews, but they was the ones that put on the whole slave trade.
Exactly. They financed it.
They was the ones that
They
owned
financed
those.
it. That's it. Exactly. Exactly.
Look, they own liquor distilleries.
Exactly.
And they use
Hey,
liquor
look.
in their liquor distilleries
Hey, look.
and traded
Hey,
liquor
look.
for people.
I understand
Hey,
that.
look.
That's in the scriptures. Get Joel 3 and 2.
Hey, look. Let me
I
tell you.
understand that. Can I show you something? Let me show you something.
Let me tell you something. Look.
Go ahead, Doc.
Look. Everything came from a black man, man. That's it. Everything. Jesus Christ is black, man.
The white man is the
Right.
unification. The black man is the original man.
Let me show you something.
Only 4,000 years old.
Let me show you something. Joel 2 and
White, yeah, that's weird.
3 and 3. You said they sold us for liquor, right? Let me show you, man. This is not the white man's book, because all the prophets and brother, the same people. Moses was a brother. Remember, he put his hand into his shirt, and he came out. It was white, and he put it back, and it went back to his normal color.
Moses went into Europe and made the motherfucking white man stand up upright.
I don't know what scripture that is. I don't know, brother. But let me show you this. Let me show you this, bro. You said they sold us for wine. Joel 3 and 3.
Joel chapter 3 verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people,
And they have cast lots for my people. Go ahead.
and have given a boy for an harlot.
And have given a boy for an harlot. You know what a harlot is? A prostitute. They used to sell our little boys to be sexual favors into grown so-called white men. Go ahead.
And sold a girl for wine.
And sold our little girls for wine. So how is this the white man's book when this was prophesied thousands of years before he was in power?
I'm saying because he took out parts and used it
He
to manipulate it.
Okay, but what's the part that he used to manipulate? He used the scriptures, obey your masters over you. But what was Nat Turner reading? What was Nat Turner using? You know Nat Turner, right? What was he using to hype us up on the plantations? The Bible? Because he knew how to read. He was brought up by a German that taught him how to read and write. He was very eloquent and learned. And Nat Turner, he got switched. His original slave master died, and he got sold off to somebody else, and he caused a riot. He caused one of the biggest slave revolts known to man. The white man didn't write the Bible, but like the point I was making, if the white man wrote the Bible, if you were caught reading in slavery, you would get lashes. If you was caught reading the Bible, King James was a brother.
No,
King James wasn't white.
King James was white.
King James, prove it.
King James.
You got those pictures, Priest Anwar? King James was the king. He was a king of Scotland. You know what Scotland means? Scot means black. Black land. We were the original Scots.
Scotland's in Europe.
We were the original Scots.
Scotland's in Europe.
We were the original
Those
Scots.
are European. Those are European cave
King
people.
James.
Those are European cave people.
Who are the European cave people? Who are they? And the yeah, I mean,
Aliens.
check that out. King James, he looked like you almost. You know what I mean?
It's a black and white picture, but
But you can look at his features.
I don't believe it.
You can look at his features, bro.
Them white folks wouldn't let no black man rule over them.
That's what it was, though. Get Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Go get off the train at the next stop on your own.
Y'all, how long y'all gonna be out here for?
I mean,
Not tonight. Not tonight, like what day?
take a flyer and then the information is on there, bro. But the white man didn't write the Bible because why would the white man say that Christ is a? First of all, the so-called white man is condemned in the Bible.
What you doing? You starting a church? You trying to be a preacher or something?
I'm just a servant of the Most High.
Pastor? What you trying to do?
I'm just a servant of the Most High.
I like people like y'all.
I'm just a servant of the Most High, bro.
Y'all going
You an Israelite.
Y'all going against the, you know what I'm saying, the bullshit.
I mean, we're going against wicked. Psalms 94 and 16.
Institution.
Psalms 94 and 16. This is what we doing. We heard this and was inspired. Get Psalms 94 and 16. Go ahead.
Psalms 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
That's the question the Most High is asking. Who will rise up against me, for me against the evildoers? Go ahead.
Hey, look back up at y'all this.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
And who will what?
I can look back up at y'all this.
This see, that's Freestyle One.
Okay.
This is his number right here.
Okay. And y'all
Yeah, we the shield of wisdom, and you have the conference number, and you have phone conference classes.
Y'all be meeting? Y'all be meeting?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna get with y'all, man.
All right, man. Our people say that, and then we never hear from them, and then we see them like, man, where you been at?
I got the homie waiting. See that bread?
Go ahead, man.
The homie waiting right here. I'll sit down
Go
and
ahead.
talk to you.
Go-
I'm
hey.
trying to figure
Just
everything out.
all right,
I
brother.
like people.
All right, but we're gonna prove to you when you come back next time. We're gonna bring documents and facts that the so-called white man ain't writing no Bible, brother.
I like that.
You be playing with me, we've done
Because we prove what we're talking about. Read that again.
Psalms 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Mosiah said, who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity, man? Our people working iniquity. You know? Our people working iniquity, man. What's iniquity? Transgressing the laws of the Most High. Plain and simple, man. That's iniquity is sin. How do you define sin? Everybody has their own explanation for the word sin. Oh, sin means this, sin means that. 1 John 3 and 4.
My fucking phone!
All right, Rachaim. 1 John 3 and 4. Yeah,
Give me my phone!
you know?
Ow!
1 John 3 and 4. So we're going to define transgression, iniquity, sin. It's all in the same. Okay? Go ahead. 1 John 3 and 4.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the transgression of the law, the breaking of the law. So if you're not keeping the law, you are transgressing. You are a worker of iniquity. And the Most High said, who's going to stand up against the workers of iniquity? You know? Yeah, that's spirits, man, you know? Spirits. You know? But go ahead and read that again.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
Now go back to Hosea 4 and 6. Because the Most High said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You go to Exodus 3 and 10, my people, the children of Israel. The Most High's people are defined as the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Not those so-called white people in the land of Israel claiming to be Jewish. They're not the real Jews, they're Jewish. They practice our customs, but they don't really practice our customs. They claim they do, but they believe in the Talmud. right? Which is exactly where it belongs, in the mud. You know what I mean? They believe in having sex with cows, little 3-year-old little girls. When you read it, they have verses in it. And the Bush family believes in it. They believe you can deal with 3-year-old little girls. You know, 3-year-old little boys. When a boy is circumcised, they practice fellatio on a newborn male that has just been circumcised. They practice fellatio, which the word fellatio comes from the Latin word philare, which means to suck. I mean, they're not the real Jews, man. You know, because in the scriptures, you're supposed to circumcise your son on the 8th day. And what the so-called Jews do, they practice fellatio on a newborn baby that's been circumcised. The word fellatio comes from the Latin word philare, which means to suck. That's filthy, man. That's abominable. But go to Proverbs, or for Hosea 4 and 6 first.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
The Most High said, my people, you Latins are the Most High's people, man. You Israelites. All right, you not Mexican, Guatemalan, okay, El Salvadorian. You Hebrew Israelites, man. And whatever nationality you call yourself, you have to line it up to the 12 tribe chart. And that's who you are. That's who you really are. Okay? You're not gonna get no respect in America. As hard working as you are, you're not gonna get no respect here, man. You see what Trump said. Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power.
That's the point I wanted. Seeing you forgot the law of the Most High. Get John 12 and 51. No, not 51. John 11 and no, not that. That's okay. Go to Proverbs 28:9. It's been a while since I brought that precept out. Go ahead. Proverbs 28:9. The Most High said,